Hello, my name is Frank Chagoya, and I'm a current student of Benedictine University. And this is my presentation on conversion optimization using Google Ads and Analytics. The goals of this course were to create search engine marketing ads, as well as optimization, metrics, and analysis of those metrics. For this project, I used my small startup company, which is called Chagoya Digital Asset Management Solutions. It is a service for companies using many assets that they need to store and search throughout their corporation. What I do is provide services for understanding what this platform does and recommendations on which ones would be appropriate for a business. I also provide a number of other services that include workflow management, workflow streamlining, as well as implementation and strategic integration of this type of platform into a business. In learning best practices for landing pages, I learned that the best way to create your landing pages was to make them clean and streamlined and keep the context of these landing pages consistent with what the users would be looking for that would draw them to your site. Also, part of the best practices was to use uh, a number of different keywords that you could then use to link to your ads and then uh, get higher ranking in ad rank and ad scores. Optimization is part of the streamlining of the information or the keywords that are used between the ads and the landing pages that you direct your users to. I also learned how to link Google Analytics accounts to my landing pages and to my Google Ads account. Creating ads was the next step. I also learned best practices about keywords, bidding strategies, and targeting. For this ad, which Google provides you a number of headlines to apply information and phrases that you can use that will help convince the viewer to select your ad and then convert to the business goal, which would be to either place a call directly to me or visit my website. As you'll see, there's many different keywords that I used, such as DAM platform, needs analysis, workflow analysis, integration, implementation, planning, taxonomy, metadata development, and support. And these are the type of keywords used within this industry that I am servicing that would be something that the user would be searching on. The bidding strategy I used was a pay-per-click, which this strategy would allow me to pay for the clicks as a bidding to improve my placement in search results. I also use targeting in different demographics, different age groups, and different areas, so that my ads would be more directly related to those users. Metrics. After connecting my Google Analytics and Google Ads accounts, I was able to gather metrics about the progress of my ad campaigns. Through keyword analysis, I was able to understand the better use of keywords that Google would recommend to help improve my results for impressions on the website. It also would help to improve conversions as the visibility is higher. It would be more directly related to how many people would then convert to going to my site or giving me a direct call. It also provided information on my ad spend. So in the bidding practices, I had placed a bidding strategy of $1 per click with a cap of $50 per month as a budget. As you'll see, my metrics are showing that my pay-per-click was average at 33 cents per click. My cost over the period of time between September 2nd to October 9th was a total of $1.67 for an ad spend. You'll also notice that I have 5 clicks over that period of time and 15 impressions. This does seem rather low. However, I did run into a number of different stumbling blocks with the application of these different ad campaigns, and I can express those difficulties later on in the presentation. So further analysis shows that I have specified a number of age groups, and this analysis shows me that the main age group that has been viewers of my application or of my ads have been in the age range of 35 to 44, and they are males. And it also shows the devices that I've been able to be seen on, and those are more prevalently on the mobile phones. These analyses are very critical because it gives me a better idea of how to target my markets. Sending more direct targeted ads to the age group and the devices that are being used to do the searches. So lessons learned. I learned a lot out of this course. I learned a lot by trial and error, but I like to learn that way because to me, if you learn the hard way, the easier way comes much faster. You learn a lot more and a lot about the deeper intricacies of what you're studying. I also learned to expect the unexpected. As I mentioned earlier, I ran into a number of difficulties with the platforms that I was using, specifically the web page platform that I used. Some days things worked and others they didn't. So it was all about trial and error, making sure that I started to monitor my campaigns more closely and making changes as quickly as possible. I also learned about picking the right ad campaign type. The campaign type I used was basically for organic and paid searches, all text related. My next slides will show that I developed a new strategy that will apply for more impressions of my ads. I also learned that I need to use more features. Google Ads, Google Analytics, and the Google platform provide a myriad of features that are very useful to the marketer. And as I learned, it's more important to utilize as many of these as possible to get better results for your campaigns. It is also imperative that you monitor your campaigns closely. So what went right? I got things to work correctly after some time. It wasn't all that easy, but it was a very good learning experience. I was able to get a very high ad rank, so my ads placed on the first page of results and very close to the top of the ad rank. That was for the results for users looking for the words that I had used as keywords. The bidding strategy I used seemed to be very productive. It cost as low as 33 cents per click. My total spend was again $1.67 for that time period. My return on investment would have been very high, as my hourly rate as a consultant is $80 an hour. If I had gotten at least one click a month, that would be an extremely high rate of return. What went wrong? There was a list of things that went wrong, basically related to the Google Blogger account that I had. The landing pages were dramatically affected as the results for the links turned to work one day, and then I found out after a week's observation that somehow the links failed. So it was detrimental to my campaign because I lost valuable time in my campaign, valuable metrics because the ads were shut down, because the links weren't working correctly. Thank God that Google does review these and is able to make changes in order to save you money from having to spend on unusable campaigns. The Blogger platform also created problems with my landing pages in the content. Uh, when I had created those ads in the beginning, everything seemed to fit, look great. And then as I went through periodically to check, it appeared that the content shifted in a number of places where text became unreadable or difficult to read and did not align with graphics that I had placed in originally. Again, the links had gone bad so that I wasn't able to get any metrics for a period of about 2 weeks. They went bad twice, actually. I fixed the problem once, monitored it through the week. It seemed to be working well, and then the following week I went in, and again the links had shut down, but there was no information as to why. Fortunately, I did get to go ahead and correct those links, and it is working now. Unfortunately, the metrics that I received was very poor because of the shutdown of my campaigns, and unfortunately, my results were very poor as well. So there was no return on investment because I didn't get any calls, which were the business goal of my ad campaign, and unfortunately, I had minimal amount of impressions because of the links going down as well. So it was a big detriment to my campaign all around. So what strategy will I apply to future campaigns? After analyzing all the analytics that I received through the Google Analytics account, I developed a new strategy. It would be a two-stage campaign strategy. For me, in order to get more impressions and get more visibility for my business, I am going to throw a broad net and pay for impressions so that I would be able to have my ad come up more often for users. I will then analyze these results after a period of about a week to 2 weeks to see exactly what demographics are resulting in my searches, and also the type of devices that these are resulting on. Once I can narrow down exactly which areas to focus on, I will create a more narrow net for my next campaign. This campaign can be broken up into 1 to 2 campaigns with various ad groups. These ad groups would focus on the different age ranges, the different media devices that are going to be used to search on, different locations. I am planning to also expand my demographics to include outside of the Chicagoland area, which is where I focused on initially, in order to expand my area for growth. I'll then targeting these user demographics and device metrics. I will reassess every 1 to 2 days for the initial 2 weeks. This way, I'll be able to make quick changes, monitor my ad spend, which I will then increase to capture more higher ad ranks, as well as streamlining my use of AdWords or ad keywords in order to develop a higher ad rank as well, or ad score. I think that using this kind of a strategy is going to be more effective for me in the future as I develop a better strategy and will then be able to see a better return on investment. I believe that my first investment again will apply possibly a $1 to $2 per click bid rate, as well as using a different targeting method of possibly using the display ads so that I could get a better, broader net of users to see my ads. I think that with all in all, this has been an excellent course. I've learned quite a bit, and I plan to use what I've learned to continue to grow my small business in consulting. Thank you.